Now let us study about the importance of microbes in sewage treatment. We know that large quantities of wastewater are generated every day in cities and towns. A major component of this wastewater is human excreta. This municipal wastewater containing large quantities of human excreta is called sewage. Now let us see what's the need for sewage treatment. The huge quantity of sewage or urban wastewater cannot be discharged into natural water bodies like rivers and streams directly, as it contains large amount of organic matter and microbes, many of which are pathogenic. Before disposal, the sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants to make it less polluting. The Ministry of Environment and Forest has initiated Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan to save these major rivers of our country from pollution. Under these plans, it is proposed to build a large number of sewage treatment plants so that only treated sewage may be discharged in the rivers. Treatment of wastewater is done by heterotrophic microbes naturally present in the sewage. This treatment is carried out in two stages. The first one is primary treatment or physical treatment, and the second one is secondary treatment or biological treatment. Primary treatment is a physical process. This is the first step and involves physical removal of large and small suspended particles through filtration and sedimentation. Initially, the floating debris is removed by sequential filtration. Then, the grit are removed by sedimentation. For this, sewage is passed through a grinding mechanism and then it is passed through several sedimentation tanks and is neutralized with lime. All the solids that settle down from the primary sludge. The supernatant form is called effluent. The effluent from the primary settling tank is taken for secondary treatment. The effluent or sewage at this stage still contains a large number of pathogenic or non-pathogenic microbes and also a large quantity of organic matter. Secondary treatment is biological process. In this, the effluent is acted upon by microbes and the microbial activity decomposes the organic waste material present in water. In biological treatment, the first step is treatment of the effluent by aerobic microbes. The effluent is sent to aeration tanks or oxidation ponds where water is mixed with aerobic microbes and the water is constantly agitated mechanically and air is pumped into it. This allows useful aerobic microbes to grow vigorously and digest the organic waste material. The process results in release of carbon dioxide and formation of phlox. Phlox is vigorous growth of useful aerobic microbes associated with fungal filaments to form mesh-like structures. As the microbes grow, they consume large amount of organic matter. This significantly reduces the biochemical oxygen demand, also known as BOD. BOD refers to the amount of oxygen consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water is oxidized by the microbes. BOD is used as a measure to determine the organic matter or the pollutant in water. Greater BOD of water refers to more polluted water and less oxygen content. Lower BOD shows less polluted water with high oxygen content. As the aerobic microbes work on the sewage, that is, digest the organic waste, the BOD keeps on getting reduced. As the BOD of sewage water is reduced significantly, the effluent is passed into the settling tank where the bacterial floc is allowed to settle. This sediment of bacterial floc is called activated sludge. A part of this activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank to serve as inoculum. Inoculum here means starter bacteria, which on getting right conditions will grow to a large number of in aeration chamber. Now the second step is treatment by anaerobic microbes. The remaining major part of the sludge, the supernatant, is pumped into larger tanks called anaerobic sludge digesters. In these tanks, the bacteria that grow anaerobically are introduced. They digest and decompose the biodegradable material present in the waste. They release a mixture of gases like methane, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. These gases form biogas that can be used as a source of energy as it is inflammable. They also remove the foul odor. They reduce the pollution of water by 85%. The effluent from the secondary treatment plant is generally released into natural water bodies like rivers and streams. The given figure shows an aerial view of a sewage plant. Now let us see why are the rivers getting polluted. You are aware that due to increasing urbanization, sewage is being produced in much larger quantities than ever before. However, the number of sewage treatment plants has not increased enough to treat such large quantities. So, the untreated sewage is often discharged directly into rivers, leading to their pollution and increase in waterborne diseases.